Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. We're going to be going over SmileDirectClub or SDC stock. We saw a big bounce halfway through the day today. Caught my attention. Obviously it was up, and now it appears that an uptrend is forming on SDC. Now let's just get right into the chart because there are a few things that I want to go over right here. And yes, short sellers did kind of get away with this one. So there was a huge inflection point right here. As soon as the 25 and the 50 moving averages crossed, it turned into an immediate downtrend. It blasted all the way through the 200 moving average, not being able to find support there, and went all the way back down to about $5.50 per share. So we were up here, we were doing very well. Cost to borrow was high, utilization was high, but all of a sudden, boom, this was a Monday, this was last Monday. About 8 days ago, there were other stocks that started taking off, such as PROG, BBIG, which ended up being distractions to some extent from SDC that was currently undergoing a nice bullish trend. And that's what typically does happen in a lot of these short squeeze stocks. You'll see another stock start moving, and then retail, with their FOMO perspective, likes to jump in on those stocks once they're already moving. SDC, on the other hand, is a stock that I see, if you're getting it below $6 per share, you're pretty much buying this thing at an all-time low. I mean, a lot of these other short squeeze stocks, yes, shorts are under a lot more pressure at the current moment, but they have more downside because they're up so much. So SDC is a perfect stock in my opinion because, well, you're not getting it at the lowest point now, but it is a stock that you can get for a pretty low price. At the same time, it has growing fundamentals. As you guys can see, revenue is up 62% year over year, and gross profit is up 120% year over year. Meanwhile, this is one of the most shorted stocks on the entire stock market, sitting at an all-time low. So you can say what you want about SmileDirectClub, but even if it doesn't undergo a short squeeze, if you're buying at $6 per share right now, in 10 years from now, you're probably going to be up on your money, as it is a very solid company. So SDC did blast off today, seeing tons and tons of volume right here at 14:26 or 2:26 p.m. There actually was news around that time where the European SmileDirectClub was actually booked out 1 week into advance, and Europe was actually one of their struggling regions for SmileDirectClub. So that was very good from a fundamental standpoint. And obviously this stock is a huge retail stock, so as soon as you see this stock go up just a little bit, retail will pile on, which could be another explanation for that price jump. So we're now currently settling down right here on the orange line, or the 200 moving average. We have the 50 and the 25 moving averages crossing, which signals a trend reversal, and we're now in likely an uptrend. And especially if we can hold this 200 moving average, I definitely see this uptrend continuing, especially with this stock being a high short interest stock, a regulation security. All of this, I think this could in fact go parabolic. Now, we did have initial run up right here at the end of September, and we had another initial run up right here at the beginning of October. So it will take a lot to hold the price if we do start to rally, as we have seen large sell-offs before, and we already know there's tons of different distractions here in the stock market. So it's going to take a really big push in order to hold the price up at these elevated levels. But I am confident that with changing fundamentals, improving fundamentals, we could see a nice push. Now, if you guys did want to check out this charting software, I'm going to leave the promotion on the screen right now. It is WeBull Desktop. They also have an iPhone and Android application as well, which is almost as nice as the desktop application. You can get up to $300 in free stock if you open an account with them using the link below in the description or in the pinned comment section, or if you do deposit any amount of money on the platform, that's even $1, you can get up to $2,000 in addition to that $300 that they're already giving you just for opening the account. It's definitely something you should check out, especially if you're serious about technical analysis. But with that being said, let's get right back into the video. So we had the famous Mead, who we've talked about on our channel before, discuss SDC today. Now, just a week ago on, let's see, October 12th, I tweeted at Mead, take a look at SDC. Now we have him tweeting it today. I manifested that Will Mead, also called SPRT and BBIG, so if he has SDC on his watch list right now, I am very, very excited. Now, guys, I always do call outs on Twitter at HootmoneyYT. I'll throw it up on the screen. Definitely follow me on Twitter. I called out ATER before it broke out today, so definitely check out my Twitter. But we can see that SDC has been tweeted by Will Mead. Finally, we've been waiting for this one. And you guys can see that the appointment book for Smile Shops are booked out 1 week in advance in Europe. SDC Europe, which was lagging last quarter, is on fire. Rocket ship. New institutional buying in September. Great quarter earning ahead. Tweet at Will Mead. Anyways, he had another tweet saying that SDC has 30% short interest according to S3 Partners. This is the stock with the lowest share price and highest short interest now trading. I completely agree, and that's why I had this rant about how it's at a low share price, good fundamentals, and high short interest when we're going over the technicals. A combo I definitely like to see for big short squeezes. And just for comparison, BBIG was trading at $1 per share at the beginning of 2021, and it's now at around $8 per share. So with SDC, you're not getting that at all. You're getting it at an all-time low. It IPO'd at $21 per share, and it's now down to $6 per share, and it has some similar short interest figures. They're both regulation SHO threshold securities, so potentially the upside in SDC could be a lot greater than some of these other stocks if there is a short squeeze. You can see that Ortex still has their triple trifecta of short squeeze signals. The short squeeze type 3 signal having 28 days left on the signal return. Now they must have pushed this signal back because the recommended holding period is 28 days, and they still say to hold it for 28 days, and they issued this over a week ago on October 7th. So with today's price action, I'm assuming that they just extended this signal. Looking at some of the Ortex data, we have about a 20% cost to borrow, a switch of hands in the returned and borrowed shares. A lot of new borrowed shares were taken out today. We also have a current estimated short interest of about 32 million shares. Whoops. About 98.79 utilization. Now with the utilization being at 98.79% out of 100, there are still shares that can be shorted, so short sellers can take out additional positions in SDC. The cost to borrow is also only 20%. A lot of the times you need over 100% to really get that parabolic price action, but you can see the cost to borrow max is 259%. So we can be seeing this cost to borrow figure going up really quickly very soon, especially if we get that utilization back to 100%. And if we do continue the uptrend that we're in right now, I see this happening almost 100%. Another very slept on statistic is that the days to cover is 3.02. This means that if all shorts were to cover on this stock, it would take them 3 full trading days to do so, which is very good. A lot of these short squeeze stocks are under 1 days to cover. So with a 3 days to cover, I like that a lot more than one that has under a 1 days to cover. But at the end of the day, it gets very confusing once you add in some synthetic short interest, failure to delivers, and all this other stuff that's going on behind the scenes that's not reported in this Ortex data right here. This is basically what you see on the surface, but there's a whole deep side of short interest that you aren't seeing, and it's purposely being hidden from you. Now here we have the estimated short interest plotted by that yellow line on the chart right now, and this is what I mean by I think short sellers really did get away with this one, because right when we had that great price action, we were up to 46% short interest of the free float. Then we just saw a decline after people got distracted and went into other plays. They cashed out of SDC, put it into BBIG, Progenity, both very solid plays, but still, when you do get that distraction, the short sellers can get away with this stock. And you see it right here. The share price does decline, as well as the short interest, meaning that a lot of shorts were able to cover and get away with their short positions. And with that, you also see the average age on loan go down pretty significantly, about 5 days. Taking a look at Fintel, we are 87 out of 100 for the short squeeze score, ranking number 30th on the leaderboard, which has definitely fallen down a bit. This was top 5 not too long ago. Here you can see that the short share availability is well over 1 million shares, so there are still shares available to be shorted. Now, with the price going up, maybe this number will go down. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. And the short borrow fee is sitting at 16%, which again, that is not too high. When I initially covered SDC, the borrow fee was over 100%. It was at 260%. So being back at 16% is not too high, but as we do get back to 100% utilization, it will get a lot more expensive to borrow, as this thing is on the regulation threshold securities still. The short volume ratio as of yesterday was 38%. We're gonna have to see what it was today. There was some increased dark pool activity as of today, so we'll see what happens there. Obviously, whenever the short volume ratio does go up, it is a sign that some suspicious activity is going on behind the scenes, such as increased failure to deliver, some hedged put options, and if it gets really bad, I'll obviously make a video on it, but right now I don't think anything is too crazy. Here we can see the options flow. Again, we have premium $10,000 or more, ask side only, and you can see it was pretty much entirely bullish. We can pull up the charts right here. Again, pretty much bullish. 11/19 is the targeted expiration date, as well as the strike price of $5 per share. The second highest is $6, and it's tied with the $7 as well. Looking at the historical flow breakdown, you can see there was an influx of call option volume as of today. If this does increase, we can definitely see some gamma squeeze action, especially if we can get the price to come up as well with that call option volume. And here you can see that with today's price increase, there was increased dark pool volume. Guys, how come every time one of our favorite stocks goes up, there has to be some dark pool volume? You know, perhaps that someone on the dark pool doesn't want the stock to go up. Maybe that's it. Who has access to the dark pools? Do you? I don't have access to the dark pools. Oh wait, it's another thing that retail investors just can't access. But market makers, hedge funds, big banks, they all have access to the dark pool. Weird. And yeah, guys, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, I'm not expecting too much in SDC yet, but with an increase in momentum, some good fundamentals, as well as this extra short squeeze push, once we see 100% utilization on SDC, I think it can get real ugly real fast. And like how Mead said, and how I agree, this is a stock that is sitting at a low with very high short interest, so the price could go very parabolic if a squeeze does happen. So this is one that I'm not worried about my investment in at all, just because again, it's at an all-time low and has increasing fundamentals. So that's all I got for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like the video if you guys have not already, subscribe for more, and hit that bell down below so you never miss a beat here on this channel. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, links are all below, description, pinned comment section. And if you wanted to sign up for WeBull Desktop, that charting software that I have been using throughout this video, you can also use the link below in the description or in the pinned comment section and win potentially up to $2,300 in free stock. Anyways, guys, that's about it, and I will be seeing you guys later. Peace.